Hey guys, and welcome back to the Johnster Space channel. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you all of the items that I bought when I recently went to a Walmart, you know. So as you can see, I have all the items on this table here, and I'm going to be going through them one by one, just like in a previous haul video. So yeah. Although there's less items this time compared to that, so it should not be as long. But yeah, here's a quick look at all the items on the table. Then we can get into each one, you know? Because there's some pretty cool stuff here, you know? In my opinion. So yeah, here's like a look. And without further ado, let's get into the items in this haul video of Walmart items. Alright, so the first item in this haul is this Pokemon backpack. And the story about what it took to like get this is a bit interesting, so I'll tell you. So this cost $16.97 at Walmart, you know, for the items cost. And you know, it's a Pokemon backpack, as you can see, which is pretty nice. It has a cool feature too, which I'll show you briefly. But first, a little bit about the backstory behind this item. So you know, I'm at the Walmart, you know, buying these items. And this was like the last item that I bought. And I go over to like one of the, you know, assistant people there. Because I tried scanning it. You know, tried scanning this backpack at like the scanner at the self-checkout. And I noticed that on the tags, there was like no UPC or anything on this. So I go over to the assistant and I'm like, can you help me with this? You know, there's no UPC on this backpack. So then, you know, they spend a few minutes trying to like, you know, find one in the backpack by opening it and stuff. And eventually, like, they were even trying to look up the item on their phone, I think. But like, they couldn't find it. Like, couldn't find a UPC on this at all. So like, you know, they had to like call the manager over to help me. And then they asked me if I picked it out in the fashion department or not. Because, you know, they had backpacks there. And this was one of the ones they had. Which I wanted to get. So I told them yes. And then like, they brought over a tag from that department. That like, is used, I guess, for scanning items from there. And then finally, when they did that, it showed up on like the checkout screen, you know, but it took like several minutes, you know. It was kind of awkward, you know, but in the end, you know, they did like solve my problem, which was nice. And yeah, that's how, you know, how I got this backpack, which was a bit difficult, you know, but it worked out in the end. And yeah, let's take a look at, you know, it. So as you can see, this backpack, you know, it says Pokemon in like gray letters on the side here. And it has like artwork of Pikachu and whatever these Pokemon are here on the front. And it has like 2 sections. You know that like you use the zippers to open it. You know, unzip it and there's like this main like big section of it where you can like put books and stuff in it. Then this smaller section in the front. It opens like this. You can like see. There's also like this name tag thing on the inside where you can like put your name, then like where you live and your phone number, which you can write inside the bag. I guess if you were to lose it and someone were to find it, that's like a nice, you know, thing you would write on. Yeah, here's what the inside looks like, you know. And there's this third section at the very front. It also has like, you know, 2 things on the side. 2 pockets where you could like hold water balls and stuff. Oh, so here's the back of the backpack. You know, it says "Gotta catch 'em all" on it, you know. This Pokeball icon. Oh, and on the straps you have like these hexagon patterns of like the starters from, I think, Scarlet and Violet. I think these are the starters from Scarlet and Violet. I'm not sure though, as I never played that game. It's a Gen 9, I think. And you know, also you know, on this, so yeah, like I said, here's the front of the bag. Where, you know, Pikachu and these are Pokemon. All these hexagon shapes. It also shows Pokeballs and these like starters, you know. With like Pikachu on some of these as well. Which is a cool like artwork. And then as you can see here, one of the zippers on this has like a Pokeball looking little tag thing on it. You know, that says Pokemon on the back. This just zip open another compartment. Oh yeah. And this is where the unique feature is stored. You see that? That's those are batteries. So this actually has LED lights like on the backpack. It's like a tap me to light up kind of bag. So you know, you have this little pocket where the batteries are stored, and you just would like, you know, take this out to like replace them. As you can see, it uses 2 CR2032 batteries. So that just stays in there. And let's see, if I like tap where the K is in the Pokemon text, I tap on this, the light should flash. So as you can see, when I tap this, the lights flash. You know, for like a few seconds, blue, and then they like turn off. And I just press this again and they flash, you know. There's an LED light like by the P. There's one on like the first O. There's one on the E. There's another one on the last O in Pokemon on the text here. Then one on the N. Let me see if I can put this up closer so you can see where the LEDs are. And if I tap this, you know, it turns on. 5 LEDs in total. Yeah, like I said, here's the back of the backpack again. You know, this is a pretty cool item. You know, it's not just a regular backpack. It has like a kind of interactive light function as well. You know, here's the straps if I didn't show them. You know, it's also cool how for like the Pokemon on here, like on the hexagon where they are, the background I think corresponds to their type. Like this cat one here has like green to show it's like a grass type. And this one here is like a red for fire. And for like this duck looking one, which like I think I said is the starters from Scarlet and Violet, has like a blue background for water. And then like for Pikachu, it's a yellow background on his hexagons, because he's electric type. And Pikachu is also on the front here, you know. And these 3 Pokemon that I don't know. Are these like legendaries from that game? I don't know. Or like mythicals? Who knows? I'll have to play someday and find out, I guess. But yeah, that's a look at the Pokemon backpack. And you know, some history about how I acquired it. For, you know, $16.97. Which is not a bad price, honestly. You get a good amount of storage with this. And you know, on to the next item. Alright, so for the next item in this haul, it's this Pokemon Surprise Attack game box. Which has a total of 10 pieces. And it's 1 to 2 players. And includes Turtwig plus Pokeball. And Pikachu plus Friend Ball. So as you can see here, you know. And it also says something about add to your surprise attack team. Apparently this game has like 2 steps. Attack, reveal, and then win. And you get 6 attack discs included. So yeah. Now because the wording on some of these Walmart items on my receipt is kind of like obscure. It's vague for like the naming of some of these. My guess is that this was $28.56 for the cost. Just given the size of the item, you know. So that cost on my receipt is probably how much it was. $28.56, you know. And you know, here's a look at the box before we open it. And here's like the side of it, you know. Here's the top. Here's like the other side of the box that has like, you know, some text. Attack, reveal, win. And you have like Pikachu here, you know. And this is what it shows on the back, you know. An example with some kids and stuff. And it says head-to-head battle. Choose your Pokemon and attack disc. Battle to reveal your attack. Win by landing on the strongest attack. And there's 2 ways to play. There's training, which is 1 player. And then there's battle, which is 2 players. And it says fits most Jazzwares 2-inch Pokemon figures. So you can use this with like other figures, I guess. Yeah, that's a look at the package. The box with the figures in it. So now let's open it, you know. Using scissors here I got, you know, so yeah. Let's open it. Alright, here's the instruction manual, I guess. Oh wait, it's called... No, this is the Attack Disc Advantage Chart Manual. This little paper insert. Now I gotta get these things out of like the inserts. So yeah, let's do that. There's some things you have to cut here, you know? Yeah. Oh, I actually don't cut these. I guess you just unravel like these threads, I guess, to like take some of the stuff out. And yeah, you know. Now as I work on unboxing this, let's see. Is that good? Yeah, now it comes out. Okay, that's one out. Now let's get the other one, I guess, you know. Yeah, this. And now we have to get like the figures out. We took the balls out. Let's see here. How do you do this? Okay, this takes a bit of effort to get out, but I think we're almost there, you know. And here we go. Okay, there's Pikachu. Now let's get Turtwig out. Okay, so I guess in this little box is some of the attack discs, you know. Yeah. Alright, so that's everything out of the box now, I guess, you know. So you got like your two figures here and the two balls. Let's see, and then there's this attack advantage chart, like little paper manual thing. Yeah, there's instructions on here. And you see there's like a type advantage thing on here. They have all the different types on here, like fire, water, electric, you know, all sort of stuff. So you can see. Okay, and here, I'm going to read what it says here. Game summary. Get ready to hone your skills as a Pokemon trainer. In order to play the surprise attack game, here's what it says. In order to play the surprise attack game, every player needs one Pokemon battle figure, at least 3 attack discs, and 1 surprise attack Pokeball. Which is what these things are. Surprise attack Pokeballs. If you want to practice gameplay strategies with your attack discs, play with the 1-player training rules. If you're playing with 2 players, try the junior trainer rules, or take things to the next level with the master trainer roles. A round of gameplay consists of 3 spins. Training roles gameplay consists of 1 round. Junior trainer roles and master trainer roles gameplay consists of 2 to 3 rounds. And then there's this getting started graphic here that tells you some stuff about the game, like how to load the attack disc. Load figure between figure clamps. And it tells you the meter starting position and then when it's depleted, I guess. You know, you can have head-to-head battles like in this surprise attack game. Okay, let's read what the one-player rules are. Setup. 1 player. Select a surprise attack Pokeball and Pokemon Battle Figure to use as your own. 2. Select a different surprise attack Pokeball and Pokemon Battle Figure to train against. This surprise attack Pokeball will be referred to as the training partner. 3. Open both surprise attack balls and set both meters at the base of the Pokeballs to their starting position. 4. Load your Pokemon Battle Figure into your surprise attack Pokeball and the training partner's Pokemon Battle Figure into the training partner's surprise attack Pokeball. Select 3 attack discs that you want to use as your own and select 3 different attack discs that will be used by the training partner. 6. Flip the training partner's 3 attack discs upside down and shuffle them randomly. Training rules. Complete the 1-player setup, which is what I just read. 2. Select one of the training partner's upside down attack discs, flip it over, and load it into the training partner's surprise attack ball. 3. Pick an attack for your battle figure that you think would work best against the training partner's disc. 4. When you're ready, load one of your 3 attack discs and twist both counterclockwise until they lock into place. 6. Press the red buttons at the base of both surprise attack Pokeballs to cause them to rotate towards each other. Open, reveal the Pokemon inside, and spin the attack discs. When the attack discs stop spinning, check the red arrow on the base of the surprise attack Pokeballs to see the result of the training partner spin and your spin. Lower both meters based on the results. Example, your spin resulted in an attack of 3, and the training partner's spin resulted in an attack of 2. You lower your meter by 2, and the training partners by 3. Remove the attack discs from both surprise attack Pokeballs and discard them from play. Repeat steps 1 to 9 until the round ends after 3 spins or a player's meter is depleted. Win the round by depleting the training partner's meter first or at the end of 3 spins. Have a more full meter than the training partner. Training rules gameplay consists of 1 round. And this is from 2025, as you can see. So a pretty recent item. Here's a look at the text on the manual that I kind of just read through. And here's the back of it. No. Yeah, here's the back. So as I said, with this set you get like Pikachu and a Pokeball, and then Turtwig and this friend ball. Here's what like the balls look like. Okay, that's how it opens. So I just press the button here and then it opens on the Pokeball. Yeah, here's a look at each one. Okay, this is the part that you set your meter with, I guess. You can like turn this. Okay, I see. And then it opens like that. Let's see, so I guess you put a figure in like this. So let's say I have Pikachu here, I put him in my Pokeball. Then I like close it like this, you know. Then if I turn it like this, it just opens and he like appears here. I didn't put any discs in, you know. Because, you know, I don't want to make this too long. Kind of show you how it works, I guess. It opens like that, I guess, you know. And, you know, you have like these clamps that the figure goes into here, as you can see. These clamps here that like I place him in here. They like stays in place. This is where the attack discs would go. You know, it's like spring mechanism that opens it, spring loaded. So yeah, that's a look at the surprise attack game. You know. On to like the next item in the video. But first, let's see what these attack discs look like, you know. I didn't show you what these things look like. Yeah, this is what attack discs look like, as you can see. Okay, this one has like, I think, a rock type and 2 grass type ones. So yeah. It actually shows you which ones are inside here on the box. Assume these are Pikachu's ones, because it's like electric type stuff. Yeah, that was a look at the surprise attack game, and on to the next item. Alright, so the next item is this Pokemon battle figure pack that has Pikachu and Charizard in it. And I think, according to the receipt, this cost $14.97. At least if that's the correct item. So yeah, here's a look at the package before we open it. Yeah, you can see Charizard and Pikachu on the front here. And it says it includes Pikachu and Charizard and is battle ready. There's also a little graphic here about deluxe action, which is the Charizard can like shoot a fire projectile, I guess. It's like a little toy. So yeah, here's the front. Here's the top of it. Here's like the side. Here's the other side. Then here's the back of it. You know, it tells you what other battle figures you can collect. It also says they're scaled for battle, whatever that means. And this is a really new item, as you can see. It came out in 2026, so earlier this year, I guess. So here's the other battle figures you can get. Ponyta, Golett, Umbreon, Torkoal plus Bulbasaur, Paras plus more Pika full belly mode, Palmo plus Tentacool. There's like a series of battle figures you can get. The Umbreon one looks pretty nice, I guess. You can see up close. So it shows like you put the fire projectile in Charizard. Then you like press, I think, his wings to like shoot it out of the toy. So yeah, let's open this, you know. It's a bit smaller, you know, than like the previous item we looked at. So yeah, let me cut this tape off, you know. Okay, yeah, you can see here. This is like the fire projectile right here. A fire projectile. So you can see. Then here's the Pikachu and Charizard figure. So let's carefully take them out of the box, you know. Well, he opened his mouth when I opened the box. That's kind of funny. Like, he almost bit my hand. I'm just joking, of course. But it's a toy. It looked like he was about to bite my hand, though. Not sure if the cameras recorded that. But yeah, then Pikachu. Alright, and then there's a thing that says, look for these new Pokemon Look for these new Pokemon figures. There's even more battle figures listed on here. So you know, it's a whole like series, I guess. There's a whole series of like ones on here. Hey, there's Boozle. I got Boozle on here. Quilava, Poochyena, and like other ones as you can see here. You could like collect a whole set or something. Some are bigger than others as you can see. All scaled for battle. So yeah, here's the Charizard battle figure up close. You know, his mouth like I guess opens like this by default. Yeah. No. Let's see, can I position the wings? Yes, you can. Okay, you can move his arms and stuff too and his legs. As you can see here, you can like move his arms and wings. This is a nice figure, I guess, you know. You know, it's Charizard. I'm not sure if the scaling of the Pikachu is accurate or not. You know, he's shown to be a lot taller than Pikachu on the figure. Yeah, you move his legs. Okay, I see. When you move his legs, like his mouth opens. His mouth opens when like you move the legs, as you can see. Like this wide open thing, like he's about to shoot fire, I guess. Yeah, you can position the wings too. You want to make Charizard with different like wing poses. And here's the Pikachu figure, which is smaller. Doesn't have any posable parts though. It's just a little figure. This is a Jazzwares thing, you know? Yeah, here's a look. So let's test out the fire projectile. So if we open his mouth like this, you just put it in like here. Okay, it did shoot the fire. When I like moved his legs. See if I can catch that on camera. See, how does this come out? Okay. Okay, that shot out there, you know. Guess we can do something like this. Okay. Yeah, the projectile shoots out of his mouth, as you can see. If I can, like, aim it, you know. Try and shoot Pikachu, I guess, with the fire. This is a little hard to do. Oh, it shot out there. Yeah, it shot out again. Let me find the projectile. It kind of fell on the ground, you know. Okay, I guess I'll try this one more time to kind of show it. No, I put the projectile in his mouth and it shoots out. Oh, it shot out there. Yeah, you saw it shot out. Let's try one more time, I guess. So yeah, that's the Pikachu and the Charizard figure, battle figure pack. On to the next item. Alright, so the next item in this haul is a Super Mario Galaxy movie item. This is the Mario with pullback racer toy. That, you know, is like, you know, relates to the movie and stuff. So here's like a look at the front of the box. That shows Mario with like the motorcycle toy. I'm pretty sure this is the same motorcycle like he rides in the movie. It's like a toy of that. You know, like the intro part, like the sand and stuff. Here's like, you know, an image of it. It's one of these pullback racer toys. And you have like the movie logo and stuff here. Here's like the bottom of the box. You know, this came out in 2026 because that's when the movie released. Here's the other side of it that shows like more artwork on the box from like the movie with, you know, Peach and stuff. Here's the back. You know, it tells you this is a pullback racer from 2026. So kind of showing how it works here. And it also says collect them all. There's like a Luigi one as well from the movie. So yeah, since I have seen the movie, I thought this would be like a cool item for my collection. You know, I do have some other Mario Galaxy movie stuff. If you watched a recent video on here, you saw one of those other ones. So there's like the next item in my collection now. So yeah, let's open this toy up in a... Guess I can show you the pullback function. Yeah, we got like Flying Mario on the box as well from like the movie's renders and stuff. You know, I really like space stuff. So, you know, Mario Galaxy is like one of my favorite games. So when I see like items relating to it, it's pretty cool. Even if it is the movie, you know? So yeah, let's open this up. Okay, you open it like that, I guess. And there's like these tags you have to cut to release the motorcycle toy from the box. And then here's Mario that we have to take out as well. Like, yeah. Let's get Mario out here. You know, it's Mario from the movie. You know, it's like, you know, movie design. This is a movie toy. So here's a look at the Mario figure. Yeah, here's a look at it. You know, the higher detailed Mario. Because like in the movies, Mario has a higher detailed design and stuff. And you know, you can pose his arms and legs. Like when you put him on the motorcycle. You know, here's Mario. Here's an up-close look at the bike. Like I said, I think this is the same bike he rides in the movie. You know, at least it looks a lot like it, so... Because it's a movie item, I assume it is. Yeah, it definitely is, you know. I feel like the designs of the bikes in the movie were like inspired by Mario Kart World, maybe. I could be wrong, but that's what it feels like. Yeah, you know, this has some good detail on it. The item cost me, let's see, this cost like, $14.97. And you know, it's simply listed on the receipt as Mario with vehicle. Like, that's the generic Walmart, like, item name for this. Mario with vehicle. But yeah, it was $14.97. You know, we can put Mario on here and like, you can put Mario on like the bike. To show he's like riding it, you know. Oh, I see. There's like these little things that keep his leg in place on the motorcycle. Like his legs go into this little like, this little thing here that like holders for his legs on the bike so he doesn't fall off, I guess. Yeah, put his legs in like that. Then we can like make his arms grab the handles of the bike like this. Yeah, you know. For Mario. You know, Mario is now on the bike. I put him on. I can like move around his head and stuff. You know, you can do stuff like this. You can move like this bag on the back of the bike as well. And this is a pullback racer, so if I pull it back, you see it goes forward. You know? Whoa! Okay, Mario fell off the table. Let me try and get this on camera this time. So yeah, you can see we can like pull him back and he goes. Pull him back and he like goes, you know. Like as you can see here. And yeah, that's all about this item, and on to the next item, you know. Alright, so for the next item, it's this Pokemon Battle Figure Pack. Another one of these, but this time it's like Pikachu and Charmander in this one. And it's smaller, as you can see. Which is why on the receipt it cost only $9.97. You know, it's one of like the cheapest items that I like got out of these all. So you see on the front of the box, you know, we have the figures in the case. It's Pikachu and Charmander. And this came out in 2024, I guess, according to the copyright date. It's actually one of the oldest items in the haul. You know, all this stuff's like from 2024, 25, or 26, I think. Pretty recent. On the back of this, you know, there's other battle figures it promotes. You got Flareon, Florigato, Jolteon, Magby plus Squirtle, Litleo plus Bulbasaur, and Galarian Darumaka plus Charmander. So Charmander comes in another one of these 2-figure sets as well. Besides this Pikachu one. Comes in like this one as well. Yeah, you know, here's a look at the back of the box closer. You have like these individual battle figure ones and then these 2-pack ones with smaller characters. Like this one here. So yeah, let's open it, you know? Yeah. And you know, this is what it's listed as for its like item number. And then the short text for it. So yeah, you know, you open it like this. And you have like your 2 battle figures. So these would also be great for like a display and stuff. You know, I'm mainly using these figures for like my displays and things of Pokemon. So you know, these are nice additions to like my display. I already have some other Charizard figures, so this will look nice next to those, I guess. Yeah, here's a look at the Charmander figure. He has like a happy expression on his face. Oh, I didn't mean to drop him. I seem to be dropping everything today. Sorry about that, you know. It's all fine, okay? Yeah, here's the Charmander figure. Once again. Like, you know, from all the different angles. We like the fire on his tail. Yeah. He looks so happy, you know. You know, legendaries don't smile, but starters do, I guess. That's kind of funny, you know. And here's a look at the Pikachu figure. I have like several of these now. Of like from different figures and stuff. Yeah, here's a look. You know, it's Pikachu. Everyone knows. Yeah, that's all I have to say about this item. On to the next one. Alright, so the next item is this Minecraft creeper hat. You know, it's like a hat that, you know, has like a creeper face on the front, black creeper face. And it's an all green hat, as you can see. And this is, you know, a Minecraft item, like an official one, as you can see here. Minecraft 2025, as you can see. So this came out last year. You know, it's a hat you can wear. It's like themed around the Minecraft creeper. It has like an adjustable head strap on the back. Depending on the size of your head, you can like take this off and then put it back on. It's like this strap thing. Adjust it for your head size. And that's like pretty much all I have to say about this hat. You know, it's a hat that you wear. And on to the next item. Alright, so the next item is this Treecko vinyl figure. Which I guess is like a Pokemon Select item. It's like you can see here. Yeah. And here's like a look at the box, you know. On the side you have this cool artwork of like Treecko here, you know. Doing like a pose. Another image of him here on like the front. And on the back it, you know, promotes like other figures from Series 6. There's part Series 6 of these like Jazzware figures. And this came out in 2026, so a pretty recent item. So there's also Pikachu, Growlithe, of course Treecko is the one we have here, and then Mudkip. So yeah, that's like a look at the box, you know. And you know, the reason I bought this is because like I have like some crested geckos, you know, as like pets. So I kind of thought it'd be cool like get, you know, gecko related items that I like put next to their tanks and stuff. It's like a little display. So here's like one I already own. This is like an existing Treecko figure I already have. Like this, you know, this like battle figure thing. So when I saw this Treecko figure in the store, I'm like, oh, that'd be a great addition to put next to my gecko tank, you know? With this one I already have here, you know? Which is also a Treecko figure. So yeah, let's open up the Treecko vinyl figure. And, you know, take a look at it up close. This box has a cool like black aesthetic. And you know, like the Treecko graphics and artwork. Kind of like this silvery looking design on the side. So yeah, let's open it up. And yeah, here's the Treecko figure, you know. He's in like a sitting down pose, as you can see. So like he sits on your desk, you know. And this is interesting. Even though the box says this came out in 2026, the figure itself has a 2025 copyright on it. So that's it, like, interesting. Like I said, a really recent item. So yeah, you know, this is like maybe 3 or 4 inches tall, I think. He sits like this. And you know it's Treecko. So you know he's green. He has like these 2 tails at the, you know. And, you know, he looks like a gecko. You can't pose it or anything. You know? So yeah, here's a look at him all around up close. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention that this cost $10.47. So yeah, that's how much this cost, about $10. And on to the next item. Alright, so continuing with the vinyl figures, the other one I got is like this Totodile vinyl figure. Which is, you know, in the similar kind of box as the Treecko one was, you know. Where, you know, you have like artwork of Totodile here on the side. Showing him in like different poses across the box. The one in the front shows him with like his mouth open. Well, this one he's just like standing with his mouth closed on the side. You know, part of this Pokemon Select series, I guess. Which I assume is of different starters and things, you know. And something interesting is, unlike the Treecko vinyl figure box, like the text you can see is on the top as well with a graphic. Which on the top of the Treecko vinyl figure box just had black background with a Pokemon logo. This has like the design continuing on the top as well, with like the name and then like a graphic and stuff of the figure. That's an interesting slight difference. So here's a look at size of the box. Totodile is one of my favorite starters, you know. So when I saw this figure in the store, I said, that'd be cool for my collection, you know. And this is also from Series 5. And like this item is from 2025, as you can see. Yeah, 2025. And in Series 5 you can get like these figures. Cyndaquil, Totodile, Pikachu, and Eevee. So yeah, this is like series of figures with 4 figures per series. You know, Treecko was part of like Series 6. This is part of Series 5. It's like the series before that one. So yeah, let's open the box, you know. You can see here's the Totodile vinyl figure. You know, he looks like a water crocodile because like Totodile is like a water type, you know. If you know this nice quality on the figure. You know, it captures the details well of the Pokemon. And, you know, like the Treecko figure, because it's a similar thing, it cost $10.47. You know, the same price. They had like a shelf of these at Walmart. So I just picked 2 ones that I thought looked interesting. Which was, you know, this was one of them. So yeah, here's a look at the Totodile figure from all sides. His back, you know, he's mostly blue. And it has like these red spikes on the back. And then one on his tail as well. Then like this yellow chest part. And here's like the bottom of the figure. This was manufactured in 2023, I guess. Although the box says the toy is from 2025. So I guess this means the figures were manufactured like before they were like boxed and stuff. The boxes came later. Which is why there's like year differences, I assume. Yeah, here's another look at the Totodile figure from all different sides. And yeah, on to the next item, you know. Alright, so the next item in this haul is this Mario hat. You know, Super Mario hat. So this is similar to like the Creeper one. It's a hat themed around like a certain character. So this is a Mario hat, so you know it's a red hat. Red cap, you know. That has like the Mario logo on the front. You know, the white circle with the red M on it, as you can see. The stitching is high quality, you know. It's a nice, you know, high quality hat here. You know, this is an official Super Mario item. You know, we got a Nintendo thing here. And, you know, it's a red hat with Mario's, like, logo on it. With like a red back strap as well. And you know, you can like adjust it with like the strap on the back of the hat. You know, and on the inside of the hat, this is what it looks like. You got this like black inline part, which looks really nice. You know, yeah. You know, you can like pretend to be Mario by wearing this hat, I guess. Which is pretty cool, you know. I'm a Mario fan, so this seemed like a nice item for my collection of like gaming related stuff. So yeah, let's go on to the next item now. Alright, so for the next item, this is actually a Lego set. Which is this Lego Sonic the Hedgehog Sonic Speedster Lightning Lego set. As you can see here, so here's a look at the front of the box. You build like Sonic in a car, I guess, with like 3 rings that you can like collect. So here's the front of the box. You have like a graphic of Sonic running here as well. With like a ring portal in the background. Let's see, this came out in a... Okay, here's like the side. You have like Sonic with the thumbs up, you know. Like he does in the game. The set ID is 77117. Here's the back of the box. That shows like some features of the car, I guess. Like these ring things you build in place. There's 3 of them. So it's like Sonic's Speedster car. Well, let's see. Here's like the bottom of the box. This is an official Sega item, as you can see. It came out in 2026. So, you know, another, you know, really recent item. Maybe it's part of Sonic's, like, 35th anniversary, which is in 2026. Though it doesn't say anything about an anniversary. But maybe it's part of, like, that. Who knows? As you can see in this set, you get Sonic and, 3 of these, like, ring pieces. And here, it shows a 1:1 scale for how big these rings are. They're like rings on stands. And it has 126 pieces. So, you know, a pretty small Lego set, only a little over 100 pieces. And the funny thing I found about it is on my Walmart receipt, this Sonic Lego set, which is like the first Lego Sonic set I've ever bought, you know. Yeah, I've never bought like a Lego Sonic set before until now. So when I saw this, it seemed interesting, so I just picked it up. But yeah, on my receipt, the item literally shows up as just a site merch. That's all Walmart lists it as. It doesn't list it as like Lego Sonic set or anything. The item is literally just listed in their database as site merch. When I scanned it, you know. It's just called site merch. Which I found to be interesting. Really generic name, you know, on the receipt. And it costs $9.97. So, you know, a $10 Lego set. Which is, you know, a good price for a small set like this. You know, the set looks nice. There's that Sonic figure again. And the rings. Because Sonic's all about collecting rings and stuff, you know. There's like his car, like I said. So yeah, this was a look at the Lego Sonic like set I got. And on to the next item. Alright, so the second to last item in this haul is this Super Mario shirt that I got, you know. Which is a large size. So yeah, here's like a look at this Mario shirt. It's like, you know. See, it's a Super Mario shirt, as you can see here. Official Nintendo item. And it says Super Mario. Like the shirt is the shirt has like a kind of blue background. It's like a mostly blue shirt with like Mario graphics on it. So it says Super Mario in like an orange outline with red text. Then under that you have like an image of Mario riding Yoshi here. You know? Then under that there's text that says "It's a me, Mario." Like a yellow background with black text, as you can see. You know, this is a pretty cool Mario shirt. As you can see here. It's a short sleeve shirt, you know. I like short sleeve shirts, you know, not long sleeve. So yeah, here's like a look at it. You know, like this nice art style, I guess. And yeah, that's all I have to say about this Super Mario shirt. So, on to the next final item, you know. Just another Lego set. But it's a pretty cool one. Alright, so the last item in this haul is this Lego Nintendo Game Boy. Like a set that lets you build like a... I think this is a 1:1 scale... like Lego replica of the original Game Boy. You know, I have a few sets like these already. But when I saw this one, I said, this is another cool one. So here's like a look at the box, you know. Here's like the top of it. It has like a little picture you can put into it from like a game. This is what it looks like in 1:1 scale ratio. Like a Lego piece. Yeah, this is a set 7205. 4, 6. It has 421 pieces. And it's one of these 18 plus sets. You know, it's like for adult builders, like who collect like these Lego display things, like myself. Here's like the back of the box, you know. Shows you like some features of this Lego set, which looks exactly like a Game Boy. You know. And you see, here's the dimensions of it. It's 5.5 inches tall and 3.5 inches wide or long. 3.5 inches long, 5.5 inches tall. Which I assume is around what the size of a real Game Boy is. No? Here's like the sides of the Lego box, you know. It was like a cool display piece, you know. A Lego version of like the console. And let's see. You can also see here, this came out in 2025. And it cost me $59.97. Lego 72046. So it was like the most expensive item in my haul. You know, about $60. But if you like these like display type sets, it's like a great buy, I'd say. A really cool replica of like the Game Boy and Lego. You know, the original one. You get like these little like game cards with it as well. Also, it specifically tells you here, no light, sound, and digital play functions. Because obviously it's not a real Game Boy. It's like a Lego recreation of one. So, you know, you can't play games or anything on it. It's like it just looks like one. As a Lego set. And like, you know, there's these two like game cartridge like looking things that are part of the Lego set. Like one for Super Mario Land, then one for Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. You can like change out the card on the screen. You know, it looks like you're playing a game even though you're not. In this example, it shows Super Mario Land, you know. So you can like put these in like in the back of like this Lego set Game Boy. You just like put one of those fake cartridges in. You know, to pretend like you're playing a cartridge even though you're not actually. It just looks like one. But yeah, that's a look at like the box for this set. I'm not gonna open it because like you know, I'm not building it or anything, you know. It's just a look at the item. I'm sure you'll probably see this thing show up in like a future video after I built it, you know. Maybe in the background somewhere, who knows. Because like I said, this is a pretty cool set. It has 421 pieces, like I said. So this would take a little bit of time to build, but not super long, I don't think. Maybe an hour or two. But yeah, this cool Lego Game Boy set. And that's all the items in this video, so I hope you enjoyed watching it. And see you in the next video, whatever that turns out to be. Bye.